What's going on, nerds? Welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Locker podcast. I'm Brandon,
And I'm Jimmy.
and we have Marvel news for you.
Woot woot!
So first and foremost, Captain Marvel, it's out. By the time you're listening to this, it is out. What are you even doing listening to us? Go see that movie. Well,
True that.
also listen to us, but pause this, go see the movie, and then let's talk about how great it was. I got to see it with Chase. Both our reviews are up on nerdlocker.com, so check those out. I love this fucking movie, and it's slated to earn 350 for a worldwide opening this weekend.
I'm stoked. Like, one of the first things you asked me, are you going to take your daughter? And my response was, is it appropriate for a 10-year-old? But I'm stoked because, and you said yes, by the way, but I'm stoked because when she saw Wonder Woman at the end of the film, when the credits are going, she is in the aisle, crossing her arms, a la Wonder Woman, with her bracelets. And I'm like, it occurred to me, oh my God, my daughter really hasn't seen a female superhero on screen like that before.
Yeah, and I think it's weird because I liked Wonder Woman. I thought the last end fight was annoying. If you listen to the other podcast, that's what I said there. But I did enjoy that movie, and I did think it was cool. But there was just something about, because Marvel is doing this, that I'm like, all right, well, they did a better job, and I think this one is a bigger kind of message of just the climate right now. I mean, I don't know if you're aware, but Rotten Tomatoes had to shut down the viewer, I guess, or what is it's critics and audience. They had to shut down the audience section for Captain Marvel because people were giving it a 0% without ever seeing the movie. There's a whole movement behind it saying that, like, they don't want a female lead. A female can't possibly be stronger than a male. And I think there's actually elements of that are played into in this movie. Um, it's hard to talk about it without giving it away. So we'll wait a couple weeks and maybe come back to it. But I really think this is an important movie for women to see, young women to see, for people to take their daughters and go with their daughters and be like, guess what? Like, you can kick just as much ass as anybody else. Don't let anybody tell you different.
I'll be honest, Brandon, I've been meaning to film an old man nerd video where it just get off my lawn. I don't understand, and I guess I'm just terribly naive. It seems, as far as I could pay attention, it started with Disney and Star Wars with the strong female lead characters. And now it's obviously moved on to Marvel because we have Captain Marvel with this group raging against strong females. And I don't understand what the fucking problem is
It's
at all.
fragile masculinity. It is just the fragilest, like that thin layer of ice that will, like, break if you put any sort of pressure on it. Masculinity that these fucking douchebags have, of just, oh, I can't, like, does it make me sissy for watching a movie with a girl as a lead? And, like, well, I'm stronger than a girl, so how can a girl, like, it's the dumbest shit on the planet. These people are stupid. I said in my review too, 1, you're pathetic. 2, this is a good movie. 3, grow the fuck up. Like, I don't know. It's just, and of course this comes from, like, an alt-right fucking standpoint, to no goddamn surprise.
And it baffles me that this is invading nerddom because nerds themselves have their own problems as far as being, allowed to be nerds. And it's gotten a lot better. But it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well,
That
there's a huge following within the nerd, community with fucking diversity in comics. I don't know if you're aware of that, and if you're not,
Mhm.
we should do some research and do an episode on that, because that's a dangerous group of people as well.
Well, it baffles me that they're trying to make these changes, companies, whatever, and have different characters be on the forefront and having like female Thor, female Iron Man, black characters. And it's like, yeah, you know why they're all white? Because when they were first written, like Superman, 1938, yeah, he had to be a white guy. Had to be. There's no way it would have worked any other way because of what that era was, what was going on, and it's not going to happen. Well, guess what? It's 2019. Grow the fuck up. It doesn't matter. Tell a great story with a great character. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, just don't. That's the thing. This is a good story. It really has me excited for Endgame, or yeah, Endgame. It has me. I really can't wait to see how she plays into this with a lot of the older heroes possibly performing these roles for the last time for the foreseeable future, if ever again. You're going to need people to replace. And I think she is going to be a really cool part of the Marvel universe. And I also think that these movies are going to be interesting because you're going to see things that I don't want to. I can't really get into it yet. I don't want to ruin anything, but I don't think the next Captain Marvel movie is going to take place after Endgame. I
Oh,
think there's
interesting.
a lot of history they're going to want to cover, which yeah is interesting to me. So you're going to have her existing in two different time places.
I'll be honest. At the end of Infinity War, um, I got choked up in the theater because we all knew Captain Marvel had been announced and all that, but didn't exactly know what it was when it first announced. And when you see Samuel Jackson with his little beeper and he, goes bye bye, and then they show the beeper and the signal where it's going, I got a little choked up. It's like, oh goddamn, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I love it. I can't wait to see how this happens. And that wasn't even for her own movie. That was for the sequel for Infinity War. So now getting to see her in her own movie, I'm like, oh dude, let's see this. This is awesome. So
yeah.
excited.
I I can't fucking wait. I just can't. I think it's going to be. I think she's going to be great. I'm so excited to see. Like, I'm already thinking about the next movie. I'm thinking about Black Panther and Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange as the Avengers.
Wait a minute, Brandon, they're all dead. What do you mean?
Oh God, I had somebody. I had somebody online, a a friend of all people,
A former friend, you mean?
that was like, obviously, Far From Home takes place before Avengers, and I was like, no, it doesn't actually. It takes place after.
I
Like, how
don't.
can that be possible? They're dead, and I'm like, no, just like, you guys. I love you guys so much, but come on.
I do think Marvel screwed up with showing that Spider-Man trailer because it's like, I know you want to get the word out. I get it. You got to market it, but man, you're going to get all these people so confused because they
And they
just
are. They're
don't
very
get it.
confused.
Yeah, it's. I had the same problem, and I can't. I hate to keep going back to Star Wars, but when Rogue One came out and everybody was making the joke, many Bothans died. It's like that's the wrong fucking movie. Stop it. That is not. That's Return of the Jedi. That is not leading up to A New Hope. Cut it out. And people kept mixing it up, and they couldn't get it right, or they were like, "Well, we want to know what happens to Finn and Rey." It's like, God damn it, that's the wrong
God
movie.
damn it.
Yeah, drove me nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes this stuff, it's irritating because you're like, I promise you, it's not that hard to follow.
No, it's not. Like, hey, Infinity War is coming out before the next Spider-Man. There's going to be events in that movie that will affect how Spider-Man is allowed to happen. It's okay. It'll be explained.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I had a friend that was just going off and being like, how can people be so stupid? It's obvious takes place before Infinity War, and I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Oh, you should have let him believe that. That would have been awesome. Yeah, yeah. It's a direct sequel to the first Spider-Man. Literally, the moment that movie ended,
Well, I'm like,
Far From Home begins.
what kind of shit do you think like Marvel's doing, where it's like we're just gonna murder all these people, and like, I don't
Yeah,
know. It is interesting though, and that was where I could get on my fucking comic book high horse, because it's like, oh well, obviously you don't read, and it's like, which is pretentious
nerd.
and stupid. It's pretentious and shitty, but whatever. Like, it made me feel like I was like, haha, you don't
No,
know fucking everything.
but we joke about that. My son, who is 13 and is quite literal, does that. Like it's like, oh well, if they tell the way it is in the comic books, I'm like, oh
Yes.
my god, James, you're killing me, dude.
James
You
is
are
the best. I love James.
he's killing me. And he's going through Civil War, being like, well, this was different. I'm like, James, the whole damn movie was different. Cut it out.
James, you were the man.
Yeah.
Don't change. Don't you change at all,
Well,
James.
yeah, quite literal. Takes after his mother.
Hilarious. Well, with all that Captain Marvel talk, let's look at the next bit of Marvel news. Dark Phoenix.
I know you were juiced for the next X-Men movie
Oh,
because you
amped.
absolutely loved Apocalypse.
Loved it.
So they released a new trailer for Dark Phoenix. They did a domestic and a, international, and the domestic was better than the original, the teaser one. I'll be honest, to me, the teaser really reminded me of the Apocalypse trailer. It was like, man, I really hope this is better, and it turned out to be worse. I don't know how the film could be worse than a bad trailer, but it was. So when they released this new Dark Phoenix trailer, I wasn't excited because I thought the first trailer looked awful. But and I know we differ on this, but I was like, oh my god, I think they may be okay with this one. Now I'm not saying it's gonna be great, but it looked pretty good.
To me, the trailer, I feel like they're saying goodbye without like saying that they're saying goodbye. They know this is not going to continue after this. You know, Marvel's not going to pick up where they left off. Like,
Mm-mm.
and that's what I felt like in it. Like, they kind of give away somebody, you know, dying already, and to me, that's just like they don't give a fuck.
Oh, if she's not dead, I think we're talking about the same character. If she's not dead, I'll be shocked.
Very shocked. But that also might be her too, being like, "Oh, this is a dead franchise now." Like, yeah, you can kill me off in the first 20 minutes, guys. I really don't give a shit.
Well, she has said after Days of Future Past that she was kind of getting tired of playing the character.
Yeah. Which one of the bad things, you know, I really love fucking Michael Fassbender and
Yeah.
James McAvoy as Professor Xavier and you know, Magneto. I really, really, really enjoyed that dynamic.
This is sort of the DC problem we've run into where I like individual people who play those characters, but I really hate what DC has done with the movies.
Yeah.
Well, we have this with X-Men where I love James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender. I can't remember the guy's name who plays Beast, Quicksilver. I like these individual characters and the actors who play them, but damn it, if they have not screwed up the universe that, in my opinion, they fixed with Days of Future Past, it's like, well, you guys have screwed this up. It sucks again. But with the buyout from Disney, there's no chance that this was going to continue anyway.
No fucking chance. Like it just, yeah, it wasn't gonna happen.
And for that, I'm happy because now we'll be rebooted and they're quote unquote home with Marvel. So I have full faith in what Marvel does because really, they're on a roll. They've done a lot of great things.
Fucking can't wait. And you know they've been planning this shit for years. They know exactly what they want to do with those characters, like, you know, and that's the funny thing is, you know, people will be like, oh well, you know, Kevin, and I always say this wrong. Is it Feige? Feige? Kevin
You know
Feige?
what? I finally heard somebody say it different. Yeah, I think it was Feige lately. I'm
That's
like,
what I thought. I thought I heard somebody say that once. But
it's like,
either
that's
way,
different.
you know, people are interviewing him and he's like, we have no plans. And everyone's like, they say they have no plans. I'm like, he's not going to fucking tell you, especially if there's something in Endgame that's going to bring all this up.
Yeah.
He's not going to tell you this. Just be here for the ride.
Well, and this is how smart Marvel is, and obviously Kevin at the top. Deadpool, one of the most successful popular characters at the moment, coming over from Fox because that buyout has happened. They put the third installment on pause and have paused X Force because they want to just make sure they've got everything in its place and where it should go. Now, if this was Sony or Fox still, it would have been like, yeah, let's do it again. We're going to
Oh,
get $1
they'd
million.
be shitting that
Yeah.
out so fast,
Oh my
your head
God.
would spin.
Yeah, and that's where we get bad movies like the rebooted Fantastic Four, Venom. I know it was super popular, but whatever.
The movie sucked. You guys are insane.
Exactly. So Marvel knows what they're doing. They're like, guys, we understand. Deadpool is amazeballs, but we're going to just make sure whatever story we're telling, whatever
Is a
characters we're
good
using, whatever
one.
we're doing, yes, and it makes sense with what we have moving forward.
Exactly.
And as we've talked about many times, Deadpool's great because he can totally fit in with your timeline, or he could just be some weird, quinky dink, dumbass character that's totally outside the world. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think Deadpool is going to work out well with this too. And I'm also not I'm maybe not as excited for. I don't really care to see Deadpool in an Avengers movie, if that makes sense. But I'm excited for people to appear in Deadpool movies.
That'd be awesome. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at with it. Is
To me, he doesn't, and even comic book wise, he doesn't fit on the Avengers side of thing. Okay, if he runs into Ant-Man, that would be fucking hilarious. But for the most part, I don't see him in an Avengers movie at all.
No, I don't either, and that's what I mean. Like, I'd be cool with Ant-Man showing up in his shit, or I'd be cool with, but I don't need to see, fucking Wade Wilson running
Like,
into punch Thanos in the dick. Like,
oh my god, no, I would actually despise Marvel for starting that one.
yeah, like,
Yeah, I don't need a witty repartee with him and Tony Stark. No, that's not.
well, like I said, if Tony wants to stop by his movie, that's fine. But I think you're
Yes,
gonna kill the whole mood of an Avengers movie if you introduce him that way.
completely agree.
But yeah, I like how they're like, hey guys, let's see how this works.
Completely agree. And more of the Disney buyout, which I honestly don't quite still know how this stands as far as other things. Like I get the Marvel aspect, but I was thinking about this the other day. So Marvel or Disney bought out Fox for the most part, not necessarily the sports. The sports is staying with Fox and the news. But so like
Ugh, I
Disney,
wish they'd
Disney
just buy the
owns
news
like
and bury that fucking. Never mind. Sorry.
I we're on the same page. Serenity now. But as far as like, okay, so like they own like Orville and Family Guy and Simpsons now?
Which
I'm
is
so confused.
kind of funny to me.
Oh yeah, cracks me up. But I was going with the New Mutants, a
Yeah.
trailer we saw like 2 years ago and has been shelved. And it was shelved before the Disney buyout. Now with Disney buying them out, Disney obviously is like, we don't care. This isn't in our future, so whatever. And rumors have spread. There were going to be some reshoots while it was still with Fox that never happened. Kind of understandably, why would you, as Fox, spend money on something that isn't yours anymore? So rumors are that it could be on the eventual Disney Plus when that comes out, the streaming service, or even on Hulu. But it doesn't necessarily look like it's going to make it to theaters.
Well, so what I heard initially with that movie was that um, they did the trailer, and the trailer looked dope.
Yeah,
The
it did.
trailer looked fun. But the problem is that the way the trailer was cut didn't actually reflect the tone of the movie. So they were like, "Oh shit!" Like people are stoked that it's scary, but it's not. It's just, uh, you know, it's a regular, mutant movie, I guess. So they wanted to go back and recut it and redo it so it would reflect more of the trailer that we all got. And like you said, I don't think that ever came to pass or whatever the situation was. But yeah,
Which, good job marketing and editing, guys. Why in the hell would you make a trailer for something that really didn't exist?
yeah. I mean, especially if that's the tone of the movie. Like, I don't know. I had some hope for it, but ever since everything came out about it, I've kind of just been like, well, it's is what it is, I guess.
Yeah,
I did hear that a while back that it would be it. There was a chance you could see it on the streaming service because at that point, I mean, one, it's not their movie. They lose no money by putting it on there. They didn't even have to fucking make it, so it's
exactly.
win-win for them. They didn't have to do shit.
They already spent 10 billion or whatever they did to pay for Fox to buy it.
Exactly.
So cool, free content.
Yeah, and you can just have it as that, and that's all it'll be, and no one has to give a shit.
Yeah, and To be honest, if it is what the rumors are, that it's not the horror trailer that we saw, then I don't care to see it anyway. So whatever.
Yeah, completely agree with you. But that goes into some of the other things that Disney will own with the whole buying of Fox and all that. And there's just things people are talking about what they want to see. One of them being Blade.
Yeah, I gotta admit, when Blade first came out, it was awesome. And let me take you in the Wayback Machine.
The Wayback Machine.
Wayback Machine.
I don't think that's copyrighted stuff you should know, so don't come at us.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. That's old shit. But, the 90s, I have fond memories, but there really weren't comic book movies. So and this is a David Goyer, that's how old it was, script. Um, the first Blade, man, I have fond memories of that movie. It was good stuff. I really enjoyed it. I'm sure if I rewatched it now, it would be like, damn, those special effects, the jokes, oh my God. But it was good. I enjoyed it at the time. Sequels, okay. You and I don't agree. I don't think the Guillermo del Toro sequel was great. I believe you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, but I enjoyed it for that. I'm not saying it was like a fucking outstanding movie, but
No. But
I
for what
think
it was,
we
I
can
think you
both
enjoyed it.
agree that the third one was pretty bad.
Ryan Reynolds and my girlfriend, Jennifer
Oh
Beals.
boy,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Jessica Biel.
Amazing. Jessica Biels, I'm sorry. My
Damn,
girlfriend. I
Jessica
forget her
Biel,
name sometimes. Come on.
your
Yeah.
girlfriend, Jessica Biel.
Yeah. From the A-Team. Yes,
God
her.
damn it! Don't even get me started on the A Team.
We got to bring that up every episode. Anywho,
Got so many
um,
shitty movies. There's a New Mutants movie they're not even going to release, and we can't get a sequel to the A Team.
no shit. Which Disney now owns, so we really won't see that one.
Oh fuck!
But I did enjoy the third one, sir. So take that. But
My
anyway, the point of this is that somehow in this new Blade potential, Wesley Snipes is coming back.
yeah.
Mind you, the first one came in 1998.
Hey guys, we're good. We're good. Hey, this is the world calling real quick. We're good. We don't have to. We don't need Wesley Snipes back. It's perfectly okay.
Yeah, especially since Marvel now owns it, and that was a Fox movie. And to be clear, again, I know there's nerds out there that are like, no, that's not part of the deal. I know Blade came across with the whole Daredevil, Ghost Rider. We know that. We get it, folks. We're just saying it was originally with Fox. But now that Marvel owns it, it's surprising that they're like, yeah, let's bring back that guy. But the good
Yeah.
news is it seems to be it would be a passing of the torch moment where he's not necessarily Blade the whole time. It's like, I'm Blade. Oh, I'm passing the torch on to you. You're now Blade. Go for it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't need Wesley Snipes being Blade, man. I bet there's plenty of other actors right now that would fucking kill it in a Marvel done Blade role.
Oh, I totally agree.
And I don't even look at it as Disney. Like, Disney's gonna have its control, but the fact that Disney is like, hey, guess what? We're still gonna have R-rated um Deadpool movies shows me hope that they're not gonna just Disneyfy every fucking character.
Yeah, no, that would be so disappointing. But yeah,
Yeah. But I don't know. I would like to see someone else.
that would be nice,
That's just
and it
that's just
would
this.
make sense. So, but they hopefully have chosen not to go with the last cast for their new Fantastic Four movie, which they are starting to speculate and get the word out that they want to. Well, it's not really their reboot, but reboot that franchise yet again.
Hey, I'm fucking here for it. Marvel will have it. Like, reboot that shit. I keep hoping I see them at the end of Endgame. I hope they already have it cast. Like, that's what I'm hoping for.
The best pitch I've heard so far is a buddy of mine was saying, why don't they do like a Captain America movie where you show the Fantastic Four, the whole family in like the 1960s or so. and they battle whatever, and it's sort of their origin. Well, it's most definitely their origin. Um, and then they get lost in a dimension, time, whatever. And then all of a sudden, they pop up right at the end of Infinity War. I'm sorry, Endgame or whatever, and now they're in Marvel MCU.
That's a
Cool.
dope idea.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I'm like, cool, because I loved when they did Captain America, sort of the prequel to the whole Marvel universe thing. Meaning, they told it way back in time in World War II. I loved that. That was great. So to have something like that with another movie, which they could actually do with Fantastic Four versus some of the other movies, I'm like, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, that'd be fucking great.
And it makes sense because they can do all those things.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of I don't know. I think that's going to be part of this. We're going to see what's going to happen, but I think Captain Marvel, like I said, might be maybe that's what they're testing the waters with, is doing stuff. You have this huge history now you can play with, and the fact that you're doing a Captain Marvel movie in the 90s where she existed and came to Earth and fought, just because Iron Man was the first one to go public and have people, even in Ant-Man, it's like, you had Ant-Man and the Wasp. No one knew about him. I like the idea of doing that, and you could do that well. You could do that as well with the Fantastic Four and age them a little bit.
Well, and you could make up excuses and reasoning because you had Captain America that whole time. And yeah, I know Iron Man was the first to come forward, but you had Captain America in the 40s.
Yeah, what am I thinking?
Clearly, that
Captain
was one of
America.
them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just, whatever your story is, make it strong enough that we believe it. That's fine. It works.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think the success of Captain Marvel will tell you what's going to happen with that.
Cool.
But
I'm excited.
like I said, I really think I'll hold my Captain Marvel talk as much as I can, but I think you're going to have more Captain Marvel movies that don't take place in the current timeline or the current like present day of the Marvel universe.
And that's cool because like you said, there's a lot of history we can use and make sense. That was one of the great things about Black Panther, that it starts out in the 90s. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That makes sense. I love this. I love how they set the tone for that. That's perfect.
Yeah, and you know what, the stronger the world gets, the more they're going to be able to do shit like that.
And that's cool.
The stronger the views get, the stronger the audience support is, the more they're going to be able to be like, all right, well, check this out. Like, these writers aren't stupid. They I guarantee you they have a bunch of plans for stuff, whether it comes to the screen or not. I'm sure they have a lot of ideas for this stuff.
And that, as you guys hopefully listen to all of our podcasts, hopefully you can see the difference in our tone as we talked about DC versus Marvel. DC really is well, let's hope they get it right, versus Marvel's like, man, I'm so excited to see what they do next. And it's crazy to me that DC just cannot get it right.
And you guys, I love DC. Listen, I love you. I love you so much. Batman's my bread and butter. No one's better than Batman. DC has always been, one of my favorites. The movies are just not great, and
No,
it kills me.
the live action, their animation are good.
Fuck, man, Young Justice. Watch Young Justice. It's so good. It's back on the DC universe, and fuck, even I kind of enjoyed Titans, and Doom Patrol's pretty fucking cool. Didn't think I'd ever get a live action Doom Patrol show, so you're doing things in certain places.
I love Teen Titans Go. That's hilarious.
That shit is hilarious.
I love Beast Boy. He's the best.
Yeah, that shit is pretty fucking funny. So,
and they made me care about Cyborg, so that's cool.
Booyah! Caring about Cyborg. But sorry to get off on DC and our Marvel talk, but I think that's
sorry,
Marvel
my bad.
talk.
There was one other thing that I just came across. Jared Leto posted a picture from the set of, and I go back to movies that are not owned by Disney.
Okay.
Posted a picture from the set of Mobius.
Oh, Morbius.
Did you know they're making this? I'd heard rumors and I didn't realize they were at the point of production.
I knew that they were to that point. I did not see a picture or anything. I just, I don't need a Jared Leto vampire movie, man. And I also don't enjoy the whole like Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man. Like, I just don't.
No, it's
But
ridiculous.
guess what? Guess what, Jim? Venom did well.
And
Venom did well, and it fucked us.
that might have been the worst thing to ever happen
It
to
is.
Spider-Man.
It definitely is. The worst thing that ever happened to the Marvel universe is Venom did well on its own. Meaning we are not going to get a well done. You know, they were hoping that shit bombed because they're like, let us take it. We're going to have Tom Holland with a symbiote. It's going to be beautiful. Everyone's going to love it. And for some fucking reason, everybody loved goddamn Venom.
Dumbasses. Really, really dumbasses.
You fools!
Yeah, because what was the other one they were doing? Silver Sable and Black Cat? Is that what it was?
They were going to call it, yeah, Black and Silver, but I think they dropped that because it's like, hey, guess what? Nobody knows who the fuck that is.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised they went ahead with Morbius. It's like, really?
Well, maybe they're going like the DC route of like, it's just going to be a vampire movie.
I guess. To
Oh
be
God,
honest,
Jim, you know what just fucking crossed my mind?
what?
What if they try to do some bullshit where it's like Venom and Morbius and they no.
Wow, that's awful.
Tell me it's not out of the realm of possibility, though.
Well, I had heard rumors because I don't know what the deal is anymore, but I'd heard rumors and rumblings that they were making all these one-offs to build up the Sinister Six, and then when Spider-Man comes back to them, they're just going to have Sinister Six versus Spider-Man, which is exactly what Sony would do.
You're gonna take a movie where it's all these bad guys who are doing good, and then they're just gonna beat up a fucking teenager. That's
Yep.
a fucking Sony move right there.
Exactly.
Hey, we're all not bad guys, but now we're bad guys, and we're gonna fight a kid. You dumb assholes.
Sounds about right. Exactly sounds like Sony. But yeah,
Jesus.
I don't know who was asking for this. And when you look at Spider-Man's Rogue gallery, do you really think of him as, oh yeah, we need to see him? No, even if it was just a Spider-Man movie, it's like, no, I really don't care to see him as the bad guy.
I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man, like, as much as I've always enjoyed Batman, I always enjoyed Batman because he was, the guy who couldn't be beat and always had a plan for everything. But I always related to Spider-Man because he was a fucking nerd,
Yep.
who, like, was
And young.
awkward and young and, well, yeah,
And not rich.
exactly. Oh, he's fucking broke as shit, like me.
Yep.
But I've always enjoyed Spider-Man, and I've always enjoyed his villains. So I would have been cool with any of these people showing up, but now I just feel like I don't know, man. This is like cool. Just like, we have a Venom movie, no fucking Spider-Man. We're gonna have a Morbius movie with no fucking Spider-Man. What else are we gonna do here?
I'm trying to think of another weak ass character that would just totally be amazing.
Tyrese sought for the role. What the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking about?
I did that so you can see the picture.
Oh God.
Yep.
Posted a photo. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. Jared Leto playing a fucking troubled vamp. Fuck off. I can't. All right, that's it. That's it for me. That's it for my Marvel news.
And on a high note.
Exactly. You got anything else?
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Be sure to check us out on all the social medias. Like, subscribe to the podcast, all the fun stuff. We'll be back soon. Until next time, you have a nerdy week.